बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि मुहम्मद कमा सल्लैता अला इब्राहीम व अला आलि इब्राहीम इन्नका हमीदुम मजीद। अल्लाहुम्मा बारिक अला मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि मुहम्मद कमा बारकता अला इब्राहीम व अला आलि इब्राहीम इन्नका हमीदुम मजीद। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ सिंध फाइनल एग्जामिनेशन प्रेजेंटेशन वीडियो presented by Parvez Ahmed Chandio, batch 2K19 BBA, roll number 61. Topics: essay writing, report writing, reading skills, effective presentation skills, 7 Cs of communication, sentence. What is communication? Now I will define what is communication. The word communication has originated from a Latin word communis, which means something common. Communication is a process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, feelings and emotions through speech, signals, writing or behavior. In communication process, a sender encodes a message and then using a medium and send it to appropriate feedback using a medium. Now, communication is when information is passed from a sender to a recipient using a medium. There are different media that can be used: visual communication using body language or gestures, communicating with sounds like human language but may also be barking of a dog, communication using touch, using smell, using writing. Communication can be spoken, a word, or non-spoken, a smile. Communication has many ways and happens all the time. Not only humans communicate, most other animals do too. Communication that tries to change somebody's mind may be called persuasion or propaganda. How communication works? Communication works by exchanging information or messages. In very basic terms, the sender makes a message from an idea. This is usually called encoding. The sender transmits the message through the medium. The recipient receives the message and decodes it. Besides the content of the message, there are other things that are important. These are not a part of the message itself, but rather of its context. Who is communicating and what status does the communicator have? Communication messages usually do not come alone but are accompanied by other messages. These are also interpreted. For a message exchange to be a successful, the sender and the recipient must have agreed on a vocabulary. The word hedge can mean completely different things based on the context. In biology, a hedge is a row of shrubs or trees that make a barrier or form a border. In finance, a hedge is an investment made to reduce the risk of another investment. In linguistics, a hedge is a word of or set of words that make other words less important. Without any information, it is therefore very difficult to know which hedge is really meant by the speaker. Now here are 7 C's of communication. Number 1 is clear. Now what is clear? When writing or speaking to someone, be clear about your goal or message. What is your purpose in communicating with this person. If you are not sure, then your audience will not be sure either. To be clear, try to minimize the number of ideas in each sentence. Make sure that it's easy for you reader to understand your meaning. People shouldn't have to read between the lines. Your reader and make assumptions on their own to understand what you are trying to say. Number second is concise. Concise means when you are concise in your communication, you stick to the point and keep it brief. Your audience doesn't want to read 6 sentences when you could communicate your message in 3. Number third is concrete. When your message is concrete, then your audience has a clear picture of what you are telling them. There are details but not too many and vivid facts, and there's laser-like focus. Your message is solid. Number fourth is correct. When your communication is correct, it fits your audience, and correct communication is also error-free communication. Do the technical terms you use fit your audience level of education or knowledge? Have you checked your writing for grammatical errors? Remember, spell checkers will not catch everything. Coherent. When your communication is coherent, it's logical, all points are connected and relevant to the main topic, and the tone and flow of the text is consistent. Complete. In a complete message, the audience has everything they need to be informed, and if applicable, take action. Does your message include a call to action so that your audience clearly knows what you want them to do? Have you included all relevant information, contact names, dates, times, locations? Number 7 is courteous communication is friendly, open and honest. There are no hidden insults or passive-aggressive tones. You keep your reader's viewpoint in mind, and you are empathetic to their needs. Topic number 2 is what is a presentation? It is the process of presenting the content of a topic to an audience consisting of one or more persons. It utilizes some visual aid. It is generally a PowerPoint file containing all the slides for a given speech. Now, what are presentation skills? Presentation skills are the skills you need in delivering effective and engaging presentations to a variety of audience. These skills cover a variety of areas such as the structure of your presentation, the design of your slides, the tone of your voice, and the body language of your convey. Presentation skill basically refers to the ability to communicate in an effective way, whether in a small group or a large group. The process involves explaining and showing the content of either a topic to an audience. To be an effective communicator, one has to keep on practicing as to become efficient and effective. Now here are some presentation skills. Following are the steps included in preparing effective presentation. Number 1 is plan. You have to plan that what you are writing, what is your purpose, and what are you trying to convey to your audience. Number 2 is prepare. Prepare means your presentation should be fully accomplished. Number 3 is practice. In order to make it flawless, you have to practice more, because practice makes perfect. Number 4 is present. Your mind should be present in order to make your speech more perfect. And now the process of presentation. Speak what the audience will understand. It means you have to be relevant with your audience, that what they are trying to understand. You have to make them easy to understand. You have to add a story. It can be of any genre, but you have to add a story. There must be any story. Practice with dedication. Relax yourself, relax your mind, relax your heart. Interact instead of stating. Go step by step. Conclusion should be impressive. In order to impress the audience, the conclusion should be impressive and it should be pleased. What is sentence? A word or a group of words having a clear meaning in a given context is called a sentence. A sentence is a textual unit consisting of one or more words that are grammatically linked. In functional linguistics, a sentence is a unit of written texts delimited by graphological features such as uppercase letter and markers such as periods, question marks, and exclamation marks. This notion starts with a curve, which is delimited by phonologic features such as pitch and loudness, and markers such as pauses, and with a clause, which is a sequence of words that represents some process going on throughout time. A sentence can include words, groups meaningfully to express a statement, question, exclamation, request, command, or suggestion. Here are some types of sentences. Number one is assertive sentence. Assertive communication is conveying your message in a direct but accepting and respectful way. Number second is interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks a direct question and is punctuated at the end with a question mark. It's also useful in writing as an organization tool. For example, you can set up questions as headers and answer them to explain a concept in more detail in expository writing. Number third is exclamatory. An exclamatory sentence makes a statement that conveys strong emotion or excitement. Your friend is trying to convey excitement, and instead of throwing in some emojis, she used exclamation marks. Number fourth is imperative sentence. Imperative sentences are used to issue a command or instruction, make a request, or offer advice. Below you will find some imperative sentences, examples, and learn about their function. Imperative sentences usually end with a period but can occasionally end with an exclamation point. The last type of sentence is optative sentence. The optative sentence is a grammatical mood that indicates a wish or hope. It is similar to the cohortative mood and is closely related to the subjunctive mood. What is reading? Reading is a multifaceted process involving word recognition, comprehension, fluency, and motivation. Learn how readers integrate these facets to make meaning from print. Reading is making meaning from print. It requires that we identify the words in print. A process called word recognition construct an understanding from them. A process called comprehension coordinate identifying words and making meaning so that reading is automatic and accurate, an achievement called fluency. The types of reading skills: extensive reading, intensive reading, receptive reading, skimming, scanning. Number one is extensive Extensive reading. Extensive reading, free reading, book flood, or reading for pleasure is a way of language learning, including foreign language learning through large amounts of reading, as well as facilitating acquisition of vocabulary. It is believed to increase motivation through positive affective benefits. Number second is intensive reading. Intensive reading involves learners reading in detail specific learning aims and tasks. It can be compared with extensive reading, which involves learners reading text for enjoyment and to develop general reading skills. The learner reads a short text and put events from it into chronological order. The third type of reading skill is receptive skill. The receptive skills are listening and reading because learners do not need to produce language. To do these, they receive and understand it. These skills are sometimes known as passive skills. They can contrasted within the productive or active skills of speaking and writing. The fourth is skimming and the fifth is scanning. What is a report? A report is a systematic, well organized document which analyzes a subject or problem and which may include recording of a sequence of events, interpreting the significance of these events or facts, discussion of the outcomes of a decision or course of action, making educated conclusions on an event, that has occurred. Recommendations for the future. Reports must always be accurate, concise, clear, well structured. Report writing. The main purpose of a report is to provide information. Reports are used to present information on a particular topic after research has been carried out. To give details of work carried out over a certain period with information on what still needs to be done. To give an account of what actually happened at an event, example, road accident or a police report. Types of reports include memos, meeting minutes, expense reports, audit reports, closure reports, progress reports, justification reports, compliance reports, annual reports, and feasibility reports. The report writing process. The elements of report writing process. Objective. There must be a purpose. Planning. There must be a planning for a nice report. Collecting information. There must be authentic information. Organization information. According to the hierarchy rules. Audience. There must be audience, there must be structure, and there must be conclusion like finishing. Steps in essay writing. Now, what is essay writing? An essay is generally a piece of writing that gives the author's own argument, but the definition is vague, overlapping with those of a paper, an article, a pamphlet, and a short story. Essays have traditionally been subclassified as formal and informal. Formal essays are characterized by serious purpose, dignity, logical organization, length, whereas the informal essay is characterized by the personal element, self-revelation, individual taste, experiences, confidential manner, humor, graceful style, rambling structure, unconventionality, or novelty of them. Essays are commonly used as literary criticism, politically manifesto, learned arguments, observation of daily life, recollections, and reflections of the author. Almost all modern essays are written in prose, but works in verse have been dubbed essays. In some countries, essays have become major part of formal education. Now, steps in essay writing. What are the steps in essay writing? Number one is choose the type of essay, which is the most important step in essay writing. There must be a topic, there must be a genre, because without the purpose, we cannot write an essay. The second is brainstorm. Now, brainstorming. Come up with the exciting problem that should be investigated. Present it clearly. Discover as many solutions and answers to the problems as possible. Select several ideas you like best. Score every idea from 1 to 5, for example, depending on how well it corresponds to the criterion. Research the topic. Collect the data. Develop a thesis. Outline your essay. Write the essay. Accordingly, check spelling and grammar. Now, checking spelling and grammar in essay is very necessary because there can be subject verb agreement errors, sentence fragments, missing commas after introductory element, misusing the apostrophe with its no comma in a compound sentence, misplaced or dangling modifier, wage pronouns reference, wrong word usage. For that purpose, a dictionary can be used, or with the help of computer, you can make your essay accurate. So this was my presentation video of English, freshman English, and I hope that you all will find it helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you to the class teacher, and thank you so much.